Good morning, my Appa are back. We're off. So from where we are in central Luzon, about 30 minutes from Angeles City, the drive to where we're going is, according to Google Maps, about 3.5 hours. It will inevitably take us more because we'll stop for breakfast, and who knows, we might even stop for second breakfast. When we arrive at the port, we've then got to get a water taxi, which, according to the resort we're going to, is about a 30 to 45 minute drive. We've just arrived at Berberabi Port. Port is a bit grand as a title, but it looks lovely. I think Puerto Galera is right behind me.
Well, this is going to challenge the GoPro stabilisation, but we're on the boat. It's just us, and to greet us, we do have a little bit of rain, but it's very light, and there are bits of blue sky around, so hopefully the rain won't last long. And my beautiful Asawa, with a new chocolate ash hair, doesn't enjoy boat rides. Gets travel sick quite easily, but so far, famous last words, feeling okay, she says. Feeling okay? Feeling okay. We're a couple of minutes out from the port. I think when we get to the port, there's a little bit more paperwork to take care of. And basically, the hotel that we're staying at took care of almost everything. They were really good, really responsive. But we'll come back to that a little bit later. But this is just coming in towards, I think it's Muller Port. I'm not sure I said that right. The crossing was a tiny bit bumpy, but then it's a fairly small boat. The sea was actually pretty calm, but there were a few bumps along the way, not too bad. And it's still raining a little bit. Here's our intermediate destination. This is, I think, where we've got to fill in a little bit more paperwork, and then we're released onto Puerto Galera. Well, it wasn't an intermediate stop. We're here. This is the Edgewater Resort. We'll have a look around a little bit later. Was a little bumpy coming over. You feeling okay now? Feeling okay. Well, having arrived, we've been taken straight to the bar. I think they know us. So we've got Jeff and Jeanette and Camille. Camille has been the lady who, on emails, has been ultra responsive, really quick. So this will be our spot for the next 5 or 6 days. The Edgewater, I think it's the Edgewater Dive Resort and Spa, something like that. I'll put the correct name up later. Basically, it's sitting in a little bay, not quite on its own. There's one place over there and a couple of others dotted around, but it does look very sheltered in here. And on the way round, we did pass a couple of dive boats. This is what Puerto Galera is probably best known for, is scuba diving. Not sure we'll be doing any of that, but there was one very big liveaboard and the catamaran in front of us. I'm not sure if that's a liveaboard, but it's definitely a dive boat. So we'll have a longer look around a little bit later on. Still raining. This is standing on the balcony, the Mangrove restaurant, part of the Edgewater Resort. The rain has stopped, and it's going to be what looks like a beautiful evening. So this is the bay that we're located in, and it looks stunning, and it's quiet. It's just gorgeous. There's no beach that I can see, but just take a look at this. It is absolutely beautiful. First drink of the holiday, and first brownout. Apparently we are in the brownout capital of the Philippines, which is quite a record.
Look at the colours of this sunset, and it's still pretty early. And on the other side of the bay, we've got this. It's a bit strange they should have this wine. We used to do business with the company that owned it. South African. The company that owned it was a mining company. That's too much information. It's the first morning. Breakfast time. Beautiful day at the moment. Not sure exactly what we're going to be doing, but we may be going to, I think it's Tamara Falls. It's supposed to be pretty spectacular. So when you come off the jetty, just here, there's a few more of the rooms up here. Apparently there's 14 rooms altogether, so it's quite a small place. And at the moment they're only operating 12 of them. And then I think at the back there, probably, that's the owner's house. And in here, if you can make them out, the guard cats. Presumably only let out at night to rip up intruders. This is going out the back of the resort. It's about a, 100-meter walk back to the hotel behind me. So it really is very secluded and quiet. If you're here for Party Central Puerto Galera, I don't think this is the place to be. We'll probably go to something that's a bit more like that later on the trip. Well, there's no one else here. Fantastic. And just here, according to the owner of our resort, this Italian restaurant, Luca's, is supposed to be pretty good. I think she's about to get her feet wet. It's a very small beach. It only goes, unless there's something the other side of this restaurant, I think it was just buildings, it only goes from here across to here. So what's that? 200 yards, meters, maybe less. But it does look beautiful, and the weather today so far gorgeous. Well, the water's not cold, it's not hot, but it's beautiful and pretty shallow so far. And I thought I read somewhere this was not a sandy beach. Trust me, it absolutely is. Oh man, it is gorgeous. So a little bit pricey to get here in a jeepney. In the end, we've kind of done a deal to say stick around, just wait for us. Probably cheaper to do that than it is to get here and then find one to take us back. And we're not limited by time, he'll just wait, apparently. You could, of course, do it on a tricycle, but at my size, it was about a 30-minute ride. Wouldn't be that great. And you could, from our resort, we could have hired their SUV, but no need for that. For the jeepney getting in here, it was a little bit tight coming down the last bit to the beach. There's no fee for the beach, it's open to the public, but if you want to sit at a table, like we are, it's 300 pesos for the day. Given the fact that it gives you the shade, I think that's pretty decent. Soon be beer o'clock, but not quite yet. We've been invaded by hordes of people. Well, there's two over there. And there's two over there. How do you get a motorbike off an island? You're called Golden Boy. I guess a lot of things come into and leave this island on small boats like this. Prices here, pizza about $5 US, 270 pesos. And the calamari, 220 pesos, so $4, give or take. Sundowner time. It's been a tough day. Beautiful beach. Food was a bit so-so. The calamari was not cooked. Pizza was alright. So we've come back to what we know. And what we know from last night is the food here is very good in the mangrove at Edgewater. So we're just going to sit here and watch the sun go down, have a quiet drink, or maybe a loud drink, and just chill. See you tomorrow. Right, we're off. Second full day of our stay in Puerto Galera, day 3 of the whole trip. So we're going to a couple of different places, at least today. We'll show you when we get there. We haven't reached our destination, but the jeepney driver just stopped here and said, this is called Viewpoint. And you can see why. This is not quite the highest point that we've driven through, but here at least it's open to the sea. And it does look spectacular. The island directly in front apparently is Birdie Island. I don't know if that's got any significance for ornithologists, but absolutely glorious, as is so much of this place. Not shy of the camera today. And this is the Viewpoint restaurant and bar. I don't think we're stopping, but there are worse places to sit and have a cool drink and look out on the world. This is what we've come to see. Tamara Falls. Okay, it's just a sign. This is what we've come to see. I'm not sure how high that is. I think I read somewhere it's like 5 stories, but we'll try and find some more information about it. However tall it is, looks pretty good from down here. A tamarawa is basically a miniature buffalo, which I believe is indigenous to Puerto Galera. Don't know where else you'll find it, but that's what this has been named after. You're going to get bored of hearing me say things like, yeah, it's stunning. But it is. We're not quite in season, and the Philippines, despite saying that it's all opened up, is not yet attracting too many tourists. But this is a Saturday, and there are quite a lot of people here. The water flows, not there, under the road, down to here, and you can get in and swim. Well, splash around at least. There is a fee. I think the fee applies if we head down to the swimming area. It's a horrendous 30 pesos. So
Current exchange rates roughly 60 cents US per person. And you can get food and buko juice, coconut. This is not being applied now. No one here, as far as I can see, wearing a face mask. I believe they did reduce the alert level to level 0 across the country. I don't know whether that means, in theory, we should still be wearing face masks, but certainly nobody here is. Almost nobody here is. They do serve various snacks here, but they also do hot meals, things like sinigang and other Filipino classics. Generally speaking, the price is around about $4 to $5 US dollars, about 220, 250 pesos for one meal. Here we are. Welcome, Puerto Galera, the heart of Asia. I suspect there's a few places that might claim to be that, but we also have a little grotto. I'll try not to get run over. I'm standing in the middle of the road. Definitely a lot of photography going on. Oh, I'm being summoned to follow. A handout. There you go. She's not wrong. We're descending. Oh, and I'm in the way.
Buko kayo dyan. Bili na kayo ng buko.
So, this is where you can come and eat your food. Pretty full today. Definitely worth a visit. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can do what this fella's doing. I imagine that is fairly slippery, but he looks completely at home on there. Almost completely at home. Okay, not comfortable at all. Definitely slippery. But he's made it. Good work. A waterfall in reverse. Starts at the bottom and heads way back up there. We really are being tourists. That's it. Tamara Falls. 30 minutes. Done. Tick. Let's move on. Stop number 2 on today's agenda at Munti. This was on the suggestion of Jeff from our hotel. It's not a white sandy beach, but he did recommend it for a place to get some food and just a nice secluded beach nevertheless. Let's go and have a look. The beach is small pebbles, but another pretty special looking place. Very small, again, another small beach. A little bit full of people today, but not overcrowded by any means. Again, tourism hasn't kicked in. This is, as far as I can see, it's entirely Filipino consumers at the moment. And this is what it looks like. Looking out. what do we think of this one? She's very quiet today.
Very quiet.
You're very quiet. But
Well,
it's positive. Well, here's lunch. Well, 2/3 of it. Crispy chicken wings and Bicol Express. A pork curry, basically. And it's very good. Coconut, pretty spicy, lots of vegetables, very tasty. And here's my beautiful sour looking her best, chewing on a bone. I'll get in trouble for this one later. Dish number 3, barbecue chicken. All these dishes, very roughly, 300 pesos each, $6. And I have to say the Bicol Express and the crispy chicken wings, absolutely excellent. Barbecue chicken, it's okay, taste is good. Could have made it a bit more crispy, but nothing wrong with it. Good value, I think. As you saw from the drone, the beach does extend beyond the statue. It keeps going around there. It's actually a pretty big beach. This looks like the noisier end. If you want peace and quiet, so maybe stick with the restaurant. If you can, come during the week, not weekends, but you may not have a choice. I suspect even if there's a lot more people there, you're still going to be okay. You're going to have most of the benefits, and maybe just a tiny bit more crowded. And we're about to head off. What do you think?
beautiful.
It is beautiful. And the food was very good for the money. Right, next stop. Time to move on. That was Apli and Munti. The food, all in, just over 1,200 pesos. So a little bit north of $20 US. Honestly, for a beach restaurant with a very nice beach, covered in shade. Not sand, but okay, you can't have everything. Food quality was generally very good. So that's a winner. Here comes Leo. Leo.
Yes.
Our transportation for the day. Apparently yesterday was Leo's brother. It was his jeepney, and today his brother's had to take it to Manila to get it fixed. I think it may be that my mass is not suited to a jeepney. Hopefully he doesn't have to take this one to be fixed tomorrow. Coming towards the end of an exhausting day. It's really tiring sitting in a jeepney and sitting at a restaurant and sitting on a beach. Wears you out.
But the good news is we have this to look forward to. So we can rest and recuperate, ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be out again. We'll be having a bit of a special day because tomorrow is our 25th wedding anniversary. So we'll see what that brings. But for today, we're done. See you tomorrow.